Hey Pisces, it's Lisa from Soul Searcher Tarot. Thank you for joining me today. If you've been here before, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, thank you. Welcome. I'm glad you could be here. Hopefully you'll be able to come back in if you like it and visit with me again. Alright, I'm here to do your March 2020 general reading. If you enjoy the reading, if you can give me a thumbs up, a share, subscribe, that really would mean a lot. And if you want to write me a comment, that would be awesome. I read them all. I love to hear how I'm doing. Alright, so let's see, it's going to be 2020. Anything else? No. Alright, so then we'll just get started. I'll do 3 rows, past, present, future. And if we need to clarify, we will. Okay? For 1 second. Okay. What do we have for Pisces, March 2020? Pisces, March 2020. Alright, start with the 9 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the King of Wands. The King Cups, the 8 of Cups in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Alright, Pisces, let's see what goes on. Oh, hold on for a second. Okay. It looks like when the month first starts out, maybe time's fluid, so it could be something that happened like last week or something that won't happen till next week, or not happen at all if it doesn't resonate with you. But we'll just go with this. You know, it's very possible with this card. I mean, there could be something keeping you up at night. You're thinking about something. You're overthinking something. It's just weighing on your shoulders a little bit. It's a possibility that you need to get over something or work something out. And then the very next card is the 6 of Cups, and this is like, alright, you're having like maybe a little nostalgia, possibly meeting up with, am I doing this again? Okay, like you're meeting up with some friends, family that you haven't seen in a while, or you're thinking about people from the past. It could be any situation, but where, you know, maybe reunions or family get-togethers, high school, or not high school, you know, like the school reunions, that kind of thing. Maybe because, I don't know, it's like a year, you know, every 5 years, every 10 years, you get back together with your classmates. Just something like that, but you're thinking about something. I'm wondering if something about that is weighing on your head. And then we got the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands could be your energy. I mean, it doesn't have to be a man. It doesn't have to be like an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Okay, so if that's the case, I mean, very charismatic, very strong. This is the kind of person that makes people want to follow them. If it's not your energy, it could be somebody else's, somebody in your environment, possibly a friend or a family member. And then, every time I look at him, I think of like an uncle. I don't know why, but like that, older uncle that's just like always happy and smiley and everything. And of course, everybody has bad days and they get like gruffy. But, in general, just he's a good leader and he makes people want to follow him in whatever capacity he's in. So if this is you, like maybe you're always that go-getter person, or let's do this or let's do that kind of person, or it's somebody in your environment that's like that. Because right after that, we have the King of Cups. And again, male or female does not matter. It's just the energy of. Because Cups could be Pisces. And that's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But it doesn't have to be. But this is somebody very romantic, very wants to be involved with people, wants to get like into personal relationships, a little afraid to put himself out there in case they get hurt. They use more logic than the Queen of Cups does. The Queen of Cups is very, very emotional, or can be. Whereas he has a lot of emotions, but he also uses a lot of logic. So that could also be your energy. So, and this is in the present, and you have the Eight of Cups where you need to move. You're not feeling like moving away from something. That doesn't serve you. You don't feel like moving. So like if it was up like this, you're moving, going away. But now this one, you're not. Now this could be a situation. You don't want to move out of the situation because it doesn't work for you anymore. Or it could be moving a house, moving jobs, whatever, but you're not choosing not to do any of that. You don't want to move. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is juggling. You're like, there's a juggling act going on. Where you're like, maybe you're juggling work and home. Or finances and spending. You're just juggling. So this doesn't feel like a bad juggling though. I mean, I know people that they juggle stuff all the time. And I don't understand how they do it. I don't want to do it. But some people are really good at it. They like being that busy. They like having something to do all the time. And having things up in the air. Always being able to catch it and do what they have to do with it. Sometimes that's just what people like to do. So I'm wondering if you chose not to move away from something because you like the feeling of this juggling, like you like having to be busy, like you like to be busy. And if your energy is that King of Wands energy, because they're very, very energetic and, they're almost to the point where they don't ever stop. It's like you need to settle because they just don't. Just keep going, 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 going. And that's just the fire energy, And the only time that a person like that stops is when they fall asleep, So we go, and that's it. So I'm going to clarify these too, because then we got the Page of Pentacles, and this is like a whole new start in something earthly, grounded. I mean, it could be something about a job. Maybe this is a new job that you're involved in. It might be a business. Anything that is tangible. The earth energy is very tangible. Something that's going to you're going to be able to show for it. Yes, like not in your mind. It's not an imagination type thing. It's tangible. It's here. Right next to that was Ten of Swords. And Ten of Swords, all right, that could be, it is the end of a cycle. And this is like, so a cycle's coming to the end. But it could also be a heartbreak. Not really a heartbreak. A stab in the back. betrayal. Maybe you're feeling like the rug got pulled out from under you. So we will clarify, because then right next to that's the Queen of Cups. And so we've got the King and Queen here. The Queen of Cups is just like very loving. She is loved. She wears her heart on her sleeve though. Like if you got a person in your environment, or if this is you, who's very emotional, she cares about everybody, she feels for everybody, she doesn't want anybody to hurt or to suffer in any way. She's nurturing, she's motherly. Doesn't have to be a she though. Okay? Does not have to be a she. But this is the feeling that this person's coming in from. And it's almost like she's here because of the Ten of Swords. It feels like because the Ten of Swords is here, this is this nurturing feeling that has to come out to make things better. Something, if you were the King of Cups energy here, you chose not to move on, you were juggling and building something up, and then the betrayal happened. You may have became the Queen of Cups just to be able to, almost like self-soothing maybe. You know, you needed to not become harsh or bitter or angry. Like it didn't come up as an angry energy or a betrayed energy, even if that happened. But I'm wondering if, like, what was here, the Nine of Swords, if that is what triggered the Ten of Swords. So let's see if I can get some clarification. All right, Pisces. What else can we find out for Pisces for March 2020? All right. Please tell me about the Nine of Swords for Pisces. Please tell me about the Nine of Swords for Pisces. Alright, Two of Swords. Alright, so maybe you were stressed out because there was a decision that was happening to be made. Guarding against something. I mean, I feel like she's kind of like blocking her eyes because she doesn't want to see the decision that has to be made. She's like not trying to have to look it in the face. She's just going to like, I got to do it. Rock in a hard place decision. So it's not going to be a good one either way. I mean, and this could go on from, you know, since this looks like the family reunion card for here for the Six of Cups, and it could be getting together with family or friends, and you have to make a decision to do that, but maybe you have to work, or maybe you have to, yeah, maybe you don't have the funds to go for it if there's a possible trip involved. You don't have the timing available. Whatever's going on, you don't have the ability to go. Six of Cups. What can you tell me about the Six of Cups? Ooh. All right. The Seven of Cups. Okay, and this one came out in reverse. So if you have the Seven of Cups in reverse, your options were closed off to you. So maybe if you were making the decision to do the reunion or with family and friends, you had your options were closed off. You weren't able to make any choices out of the Seven Cups because you didn't have any choices. Whatever happened, your options were closed. Okay. What about the King of Wands? What can you tell me about the King of Wands? Oh. All right. He came up with Four Swords. And he's just taking a break. There's, you know, maybe you had to stop and go within, take a break from all the chaos or prattle about whatever was going on here that you may have been missing. You didn't want to miss it. but you did, or you have to. Or this is like the past, so it might have happened already, but, and you needed to just like sit back and be like, all right. Oh, excuse me. Kind of like just take a break from all this. Yes, I missed it. Oh well, you know. So what about the King of Cups? What can you tell me about that energy? The King of Cups. What can you tell me about the King of Cups for Pisces, March 2020? Okay. All right, we got 2 cards flew out. One's the Magician, and one is the Six of Swords. Now, this is, right, with the Magician, you're going to manifest something. You're putting something in your brain, and he's going to help you. You get to pick a path. Well, he's going to show you the path, and you get to pick one. And help you put all the tools into use that you need. And the Six of Swords is you moving on, which this one you didn't want to move on. That's very interesting. So maybe as things unfold and you started to manifest a different idea for whatever was going on, you chose the other path with the Magician, and you decided maybe moving on was better. 8 of Cups. Why is that in reverse? Why is the 8 of Cups in reverse for Pisces, March 2020? Okay. All right. This is the World card. Okay. And that is the completion of a cycle also. And that's in the present time completion. So I have to clarify why the Ten of Swords is here. But maybe a completion was going to. So what up with this move? All right. So if you were supposed to go somewhere with the reunion in the family, you had to make a decision, and maybe your decision was, I don't have the time, or I can't take off from work, or whatever was going on. And it was like a hard won decision for you. You didn't want to make it, but you had to. And, tell all your people you can't go because you literally didn't have any more choices. Work's work. And then you had to take a break from that. And then you're manifesting something. Now you could have been moving out of rough waters, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like you were moving. Maybe you wanted to travel. Maybe there was something that you chose to do, to travel. Moving out of what? Or maybe you wanted to get with those people again on a different date. Maybe you rearranged something like that. That is weird. That feels like you wanted to do some kind of movement, even though you didn't want to do any movement. Or maybe you couldn't move. Yeah, that's the way. All right, you couldn't go, and then there was the 8 of Cups. But then after you took a break with your King of Wands energy, and you had the King of Cups, again, sensitive and, logical and sensitive, and using his feelings to maybe make some kind of change, and that's where the manifesting of the Magician did. It said, no, we're going to move. We're going to do this. So did you maybe decide to go? Is there maybe a way that you made something happen, then you were able to go? Like, are you going to be able to go? Because, yeah, the World came up, and this is like a completion. What else can I get for 2 of Pentacles? All right, the 2 of Pentacles, and you got the Hanged Man. Now, he put himself into this, like, victimized state. Right? This does not look comfortable. He really doesn't. But he's thinking about something. He's looking at something in a different way. Seeing, like, well, So you were making some juggling. And if you did decide to like go and meet people, do whatever you were going to not do, and you did it, and you put yourself in a different perspective, okay, one more for the world. One more for the world for Pisces. Huh. One more for the world for Pisces. One more. Something flipped. Hold on. There it is. The Two of Staffs. Okay, the Two of Staffs. Yeah, you were planning something. Planning, creating, thinking, deciding. Putting it into a different perspective, checking it out. Seeing what can come of it, this. Alright, so right here you're planning and deciding, and I think the decision that you made to go, if that's what this is, for you to go wherever you were going to go, that closed your cycle, and then you were still juggling something. Maybe you're just juggling getting whatever the heck you needed to get to do whatever you needed to do. And then you had the Hangman, he's looking at a different perspective. Now you have the Page of Pentacles in the future. I just want to get this done before my battery runs out. The Page of Pentacles in the future, and see what we can find from this. What else can we see from this? Okay, the Three of Staffs. Okay, this is... You made a decision. Things were going to be coming in for you. And again, it could be just, maybe you decided to get the plane tickets and you ordered them online. Maybe it's a cruise ticket, like whatever you needed to get to where you needed to go to be in all this. Things were coming in. All right. Maybe that was like the whole yippies from the people that you weren't going to be able to be with before. What about the Ten of Swords? What can you tell me about the Ten of Swords? The Queen of Staffs, which is the Queen of Wands. Now, again, this could be your energy. This could be anybody's energy that is charismatic and kind of fiery. But she can still be like a nurturing type of person. But she's also going to make people want to follow her. She's charismatic. She's very high energy. So somebody, I don't know. First I was thinking possibly a boss who was not happy that you made this decision. That's what that feels like. Something happened. Somebody was not happy you made this decision. I mean, not so unhappy that, you lost your job, but just unhappy enough that they were kind of annoyed by it, felt a little disappointed in you. I mean, maybe it was, and again, doesn't have to be a woman, could be a man, but it just feels like a feminine energy. More like an older aunt. Not even a mother, an older aunt. Or a boss, or a supervisor, manager, who was a little disappointed in the fact that you did that. So whereas you knew you shouldn't do it, but you did it anyway because you didn't want to lose out on whatever was going on here. And then you went and did it, and there was disappointment from this energy because maybe she had to get your shift replaced. Maybe she had to go work it herself. Like that kind of feeling. It feels like that. But then I have the Queen of Cups right next to it. What's the Queen of Cups here for? Can you tell me about the Queen of Cups for Pisces 2020? Can you please tell me about the Queen of Cups for Pisces 2020? Don't talk at me. Oh, okay. Too many. Let's see. Now, let's see. The Queen of Cups for Pisces 2020. Alright, the King of Coins. Alright. Oh, we have all the kings here, huh? Oh, almost. But, now to me, he feels like, he feels like alright, so, this one was the supervisor, this one's the manager. And maybe, with this Queen of Cups energy, this King of Coins, or King of Pentacles, I think whatever you were concerned about going to happen, because if you went on this trip, I mean, if this is what resonates with you, if you had been invited to go somewhere and you weren't able to go because you didn't have the options, you couldn't get out of work, whatever it was that you couldn't do, you chose to do it. After some meditating and thinking about it, the magician manifested the idea for you and you went. Then you had to make decisions and plans, and then you had to think about some things again because you were doing some juggling. But then you were waiting for the Page of Pentacles, which is a new start in something, I want to say harvestable. But then you had what's coming in for you, and I believe it was like, maybe the clothes you were going to wear, you ordered them online, kind of airplane tickets, that kind of feeling, you know what I mean? You rent a car. But I feel like this Ten of Swords energy happened because somebody was disappointed. Somebody had to go out of their way to make sure everything that you gave up for that time, or everything that you kind of like just let go, was covered. But then I feel like the Queen of Cups energy is that softer, nurturing, loving person who I think actually understood. So maybe that was the Queen of Staffs and she got softer about the situation, or maybe the next higher up person, the manager possibly, came in and said, you know what, it was a once in every 5 year thing, or they don't do it all the time, or this person has awesome awesome attendance, they don't take off, they don't do anything, this was important to them, we should let it go. So I'm thinking, it does, it feels really good. Like this feels very, and the Ten of Cups popped out. So I'm thinking, because of that feeling, with everything that was going on here, that you feel like this Ten of Cups energy at the end, because you're like, you got to be with the friends and family that you wanted to be with. You got to do what you wanted to do because your excellent workmanship or the excellent, you were responsible. You always came in. You didn't take off for unnecessary things. You just did. So they, at this point, let it go. They were like, okay, this is a good employee, or this is a good whatever you are in this situation, and they let it go. They weren't they weren't holding it against you. Okay. All right. Okay, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, if you can give me a thumbs up, a share, subscribe. And write me a comment. I'd love to hear how it worked out for you. And I will be catching you back in a couple of weeks, all right? Thank you so much. Take care.